Welcome in, everybody. It's Win Daily Sports. It's the early lock show like we do every single day. Tony, Adam, we're here to break down tonight's slate for Friday. Getting ready for the weekend. Adam, I'm excited because I'm a Philly guy. You know that. And I got the Angels coming to town. So not excited about the Phillies, right? But I'm excited about seeing the Angels, man. One of the preseason darlings of a lot of us who really liked what they're doing, and just to see Trout, the hometown boy, back in Philly, which is great. But let's get right into this because, again, 12 games a night. We got a lot of good pitching matchups here. So right off the bat, we always talk about aces. Who's that one guy? Who you locked in on? Who's the guy that's going to lead your team?
Well, for the first part, I mean, I'm a Pittsburgh guy, so I know the feeling of being more excited for the visiting team quite well. We'll just
You
leave
know
it at
that
that.
too damn much, man.
Yeah, we'll just leave it at that, rather than like a 5-year span there for a little while. But look, we have a ton of choices for aces. There's a lot of the normal suspects. You have Cole, you have Musgrove, Burns, Bieber, Mcclanahan. Gilbert's underpriced. Nate Eovaldi, for some reason, is only $8,000, coming off 2 straight 30-point efforts. Okay, sure. Thanks, DK, I guess.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's going to be wild. But for me, I don't think money's going to necessarily be a big barrier here with this many games on the slate. So I'm looking at Garrett Cole, man. Yes, he is the most expensive guy on the slate. Yes, there's plenty of alternatives, and at pretty much 11,000, you need him to basically score the most points, but I'm not sure there's too many better spots for him here. Detroit's bad against the fastball. They're in the bottom 10. 39 of 72 strikeouts from Cole this season off the four-seam fastball. The Tigers have the highest chase rate in baseball, the 5th highest whiff rate. They're striking it out over 25% of the time. And you get Cole rolling in with a 31% K rate, and he's getting a swinging strike 15.6% of the time. Salary's high, but man, on paper, this is one of those spots where you can hang 35 without much of a second thought.
Yeah. You know what the best part about it is? And this is why we try to help you guys here look inside the numbers when we look at this, even though, because we talk about this, you hear us all the time. We're not worried about the win. Garrett Cole is that good that 2 starts ago against Baltimore, he gives up 8 hits, 5 runs, and still gives you 25 because he struck out 11, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, this is 21 strikeouts in 2 games, the last 2, and he's pitched an average of 105 plus pitches. So there's no doubt in my mind that is the way to go. You have to go right to Garrett Cole, pay up against Detroit. They're not going to hit him a lot, so this is going to be a great spot for him. What about value play, Adam? Is there that one pitcher maybe that we could look at that obviously not give you Garrett Cole numbers, but maybe you could pay down for as your 1B?
So I'm not sure how much into the punt range I'm going to go tonight, and it's because Eovaldi's 8K. Like, there's just simply no reason for this. I don't understand it whatsoever. He had that bump in the road where he just got hammered by the Astros. I think he gave 5 home runs in an inning at one point, negative 13 DK. Okay, fine, I get that. But in the past 2, he went for 30 DK, 101 pitches, 11 strikeouts against Seattle. Then he got Baltimore for a complete game, 6 strikeout game, 30 DK in each. Now he gets Oakland. Oakland can be a little bit pesky, but generally they're just not that good of an offense right now. He's $8,000. This is just look through his game logs, man. Like, this is not how he's been priced like the entire season for the most part. You see a lot of 9,500s in there. He's far too cheap. Like, even if you just couldn't afford Garrett Cole and you love the rest of your lineup and you got to come down to Corbin Burns or something, Eovaldi at your SB2 spot just makes way too much sense at this salary.
Yeah, I like that. He's a strikeout guy, obviously, so that's always a good thing as well. And I'm going to go. My punt guy is one of your guys, man. I'm going to go a little pirate action here and go with my man JT Brubaker. And again, only specifically because looking at what he's been able to do, he's proved me wrong a few times. He's got your innings pitched. I know he gives up some hits, but he's double-digit DK in 4 of the last 5. 3 of the last 5, he's over 19, and he's 7,600 going up against an Arizona team I'm really not scared of. And the Pirates just swept the Dodgers, right? And they're coming home off that momentum. So I really like that play right there. How about the gas can? Who's that guy we're going to attack?
Yeah, sometimes it's just as easy as going down to who has the lowest salary. I didn't know that Chichi Gonzalez was even still in baseball, and this is going to be his first start of the season. But last year, he pitched over 100 innings somehow, some way. 508 xFIP, ERA over 6.4, and he got destroyed by right-handed hitting. There's a 415 WOBA, a 223 home run per nine, 6.27 FIP. I don't think the Jays are the team you want to face when you're not handling right-handed hitting. Toronto's starting to heat up a little bit. I know Vlad's still not quite there, but as a team, they're starting to put some runs on the board. And normally Toronto's, in that mid-5 range. There's not a single hitter tonight that is over $5,000. There's not even one that is 5,000. Bo Bichette is 4,900. Vlad is 4,300.
Wow.
I get it, man. He's ice cold. $194 in his last 10. He's not hitting well. You're not paying for Vlad Guerrero right now. It's 4,300.
That's got to be a lock. Come on, man.
We talk about FVPs a lot. I feel like that should be an honorary mention because you do not get Vlad at 4,300 ever, especially against Chichi Gonzalez.
It's funny.
It feels too good to be true.
No, it's true because it could be as simple as you go down, you see 4,000, you're like, all right, you click on the guy. But this is just too easy. It's just too easy. And as always, make sure you're following at Windowy Sports and all social formats, and make sure you're dropping you're hitting the subscription, hitting the like button, and make sure you're reading these damn articles too. These guys, they put their blood, sweat, and tears into, man, every single day. I know Adam drops it every day, checking out your pictures, checking out your plays. And Adam, I'm looking at this and saying, okay, who else? We talked earlier about the bats. We talked about, the Yankees going up against Detroit with Garrett Cole. What's that stack? What are those power guys that we need to look at for tonight?
So I'm probably still going with the Red Sox. We have a Coors game on the slate. I'm sure they're going to attract some attention. The Braves put up double-digit runs last night, but Caperleon for Oakland has just not been that great of a pitcher. The lefties against him so far have a 6.51 FIP. He's only striking out 11. Both sides of the plate have a 1.98 home run per nine. So I'm starting this with the lefties from Boston, which isn't always the case, but Verdugo, Franchi Cordero, Rafael Devers is usually one of your first guys in with a Boston stack. Those lefties would probably be the first in. And then we can look at the guys like Bogarts, JD Martinez, Trevor Story. They were hitting really well, and their prices got a little out of hand there for probably about maybe 3 or 4 days. These guys were pushing 6K. They're back down under 5,500. These guys are affordable with a punt hitter or two, even with some of these ace pitching that we've talked about.
Yeah, it's a good point. And again, I went with this a few weeks ago, and I talk about sneaky stacks, and I got a sneaky stack. I'm gonna go Cleveland here, and again, I'm gonna go attack Bruce Zimmerman, who again just giving up a ton of hits and runs. The guy is just being hit all over the place. 8, 6, 7, 7. I mean, earned runs. You're talking about 15, 19, 25 in 4 games. He's given up 9 home runs in 2 games. And I look at this Cleveland lineup and I say, okay, who, after Mr. Jose Ramirez at 5,800, Josh Naylor's 4,200, Rosario 4,200, Miles Straw 3,800, Stephen Kwan 3,300. Right? You can get different here by not taking Jose Ramirez and maybe taking a Naylor, Rosario, and Straw stack, and you still got a ton of money, even with Garrett Cole, and bumping your pivot pitcher down to guys that we mentioned earlier in the show. So I like Cleveland specifically for the value. Adam, is there any sneaky stack you may like here?
I do like Cleveland a good bit. I got to be honest. I might be on the other end of you, and
okay.
I might go with Arizona here.
Ooh.
It's
attacking your boy JT.
I mean, he might pitch for Pittsburgh. I wouldn't necessarily call him my boy, but listen, like Arizona strikes out a lot, and this is definitely one of those starts that could go either way. Brubaker could strike out a few, get through 5-6 innings, put up a good score, but he can also get hit around at certain points. And when you look, the ERA and the xFIP is over 4. He's a little bit worse to the left side of the plate with a 1.17 home run per nine. The xFIP's creeping up towards 5, and the Diamondbacks can throw out 7-8 lefties. So this is definitely a boom bust spot. I could see this one. Like I said, Brubaker could do well. I don't know, man. 13% walk rate to the left side. This is a team that could give him some trouble if they can stop themselves from striking out for one night.
I like it. I do. I like it, and I'll go right off of you right there and go. We don't usually do this, but I'll go. I don't know what the number's going to be because it's early, but I'm going to go home run prop for Pavin Smith. Hey, he's 3,200, obviously, but he's only hit one home run in the past 7 games. But I think I'm just feeling it, man. I'm feeling that left-handed bat in the Pittsburgh Stadium and hitting one out on a Friday night. It's going to be 80 degrees. The ball's going to be moving. And you just mentioned that JT can get hit around. Any other value plays out on FFVPs? Who do you have for tonight?
So there's 2. One is Michael Harris from the Braves. 2,500 in Coors Field. He'll hit at the bottom of the lineup. But at the same time, Chad Cole works the left side of the plate. He's got some blowback coming from the left side. His xFIP is much higher than his actual production given up. Anytime you get a guy 2,500 in Coors, I don't care if it's at the back end of the lineup, he's going to bat through the 9th inning. And then I still have to learn how to pronounce this guy's first name. I feel bad right now. But Mcclanahan from Pittsburgh, they called him up the past few games. He's only played 7 games. We don't know like quite where that talent level is, but in those 7, 333 average, 2 home runs. He's stolen a base. He can get it done. And you just look at the game logs: 8, 18, 16, 10. That was in LA, in San Diego. He'll be at home for the second time, excuse me. I don't mind that either at 2,500 against Merrill Kelly from the left side of the plate.
Yeah, Merrill Kelly can get hit against. And remember, everybody, FFVP, cash is 7 at 12 points. This is the guy, not that you're going to lean on, the guy that you fill in your lineup that actually can get you above everybody else. And I'm going to go. You mentioned you had the Rodriguez play, and I'm going to piggyback right off of that, and I'm going to go with Emil Tapia and for Toronto, because this was a guy we talked about in the beginning of the year. I rode him in Colorado last year. He was a great trendsetter. He was an FFVP a lot, and he's hot right now. He's hot for Toronto. He's given you above the FFVP cash line 4 of the last 4, 2 multi-hits in the last 3. He's got 4 doubles in the past 4 games. He is absolutely lighting the scene on fire as an FFVP. So for 2,500 in that lineup against a pitcher who's going to get hit, which we just mentioned, I really like that play for 2,500. Adam, final thoughts? Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
It's just a really fun pitching slate. And, these are ones where I kind of let the field dictate what kind of chances I'll take in GPP, because you can't play everybody. And when we look at this top, maybe Garrett Cole's a little bit lower on than I think because he's almost 1,100. Maybe Corbin Burns is the one that falls through the cracks a little bit. My one that I think is really going to fall through, and I maybe I'm wrong, is Shane Mcclanahan. 9,600. We usually steer far away from pitchers, lefty pitchers against the White Sox. Dude, Mcclanahan is so good. He's leading all of Major League Baseball in K rate, swing strike rate. He's only trailing Kevin Gausman. I get it. White Sox are really good against lefties, even without Tim Anderson. If nobody's playing Shane Mcclanahan, you better believe I will be.
I like it, and we'll end on that. And I will say, just to piggyback off the pitcher thing, this is the kind of night you set your lineup early. You make sure before lock it's all good, and then you just sit back and you become a baseball fan and just watch national pastime with these guys that are just be blowing hitters away. This is an MLB Network night where you're going flashback from game to game to game. So as always, Wendell Sports is where you find us. Tony, Adam, we got you covered. Make sure you're getting us in the Discord. Adam is there religiously. Make sure you're reading the article that drops already. That's on there. Give you more analytics past this show. Everybody have a fantastic weekend. Look out for the 5 at 5 on Saturday and Sunday. And everybody, good betting and make a profit.